types of bone. There are various types of bone. The first type is a long bone, second type short bone, third type flat bone, fourth type irregular bone, fifth type pneumatic bone, and sixth type sesamoid bone. The long bones, the bones which are long bones. Example, humerus. The bones which have upper end, lower end and shaft. They are the long bone. The long bones are of two types, long bone and short long bones. Long bones are humerus, radius, ulna, clavicle, femur, tibia, fibula. Short long bones are metacarpal bones and phalanx. The second type of bone are the short bones. The bones which have 6 surfaces are the short bones. Now they have superior, inferior, anterior, posterior, medial and lateral surfaces. These bones are carpal bones and tarsal bones. There are 8 carpal bone in each upper limb and 7 tarsal bone in each lower limb. Out of 6 surfaces, 3 to 4 surfaces are forming the joint. The third type of bones, they are the flat bones. The flat bones are very much flat like a plate and they have borders and angles. This is a scapula, one of the best example of flat bone. It is having 3 borders and 3 angles. This is a parietal bone, which is the best example of flat bone, having borders and angles. Another example is sternum, which is also the best example of flat bone. The flat bone characteristics feature is their borders or angles. They take part in the formation of joint. For example, scapula is forming the joint at its lateral angle. The next type of bone, they are the irregular bone. Irregular bone are irregular in shape. They don't have particular shape. The best example are vertebra and hip bone. The bones of the skull like zygomatic bone, they are also the best example of irregular bone. The fifth type of bone, they are the pneumatic bone. Pneumatic bone means the bones containing the air cavities called as sinuses are called as pneumatic bone. There are 4 bones in the skull which are named as a pneumatic bone. The first bone, this is a frontal bone. The frontal bone is having the frontal air sinuses. The second type example of pneumatic bone is the maxilla. There are pair of maxillary bones present on both the sides of nose. The maxilla is containing maxillary air sinuses. This is the largest air sinus of the skull. The third bone is a sphenoid bone. This is a sphenoid. The body of the sphenoid, these are the greater wing, these are the lesser wing. The body of the sphenoid contains this is a sphenoidal air sinuses. Fourth example is ethmoid bone. The 4 bones of the skull containing air sinuses. The last bone, which is a sesamoid bone. Sesamoid bones are the small bones which are not true bones developed from the tendon of the muscles. This is a patella, which is the largest sesamoid bone present in front of the knee joint. It is developed from the tendon of quadriceps femoris. Another example of sesamoid bone is the pisiform bone, which is one of the carpal bone.